Hello everyone. In this video, I'm going to do an overview of a project that we've yet to build. This will be a VRV system, Daikin equipment. So the equipment was supplied by Matt at Modular Comfort in Henrietta. I got to give a plug to Corey at Labella for this one. He is the engineer, mechanical engineer on record for this project. So this is another one in Rochester, New York. We've yet to build it due to some delays, but I just wanted to share what the details of this VRV system are and what I'm going to be providing our installers. I won't get too caught up on this one, but I do want to share a few different things about it. So for starters here, we'll go to the roof. And we've got our outside condensing unit. Sits on a couple of roof rails. We've got a pipe portal here that sits next to it. That's how we're going to get our refrigeration piping from inside the building up through the roof and over to that outside unit. The outside unit will require 460 volts, 60 hertz three-phase power. There will be a disconnect on it so that you can shut off the power to this unit manually up on the roof. Let's go into refrigeration. So I've got the refrigeration line size coming from that outside unit down through the pipe portal into the ceiling. There it serves 2 branch selector boxes, which is common for VRV systems. This allows us to independently heat or cool in a lot of different areas based on preference of the occupant in each room. So all of these smaller fan coils serve smaller rooms. These larger fan coils here are bigger areas. Same with these air handling units. So the 3-pipe system to the branch selector box allows us to heat or cool independently to each one of these, which is a nice feature. So the line sizes I'll identify for them to make sure that they keep the line size that we need at the right times. Branch selector box 1 and 2, I will put our wire terminals. Okay, so the wire terminals will be all controls based. The terminals over here will show what the power supply needs to be. So we got 208 volt single phase power that we got to run independently to each branch selector box. These wire terminals here will show what wiring we need to do to communicate between the fan coil unit and the branch selector box. So branch selector box 1 and 2. And the same over here, another set of wire terminals for the controls, power supply to that piece of equipment. Now getting down here to the fan coils, showing them what the power supply will be and also what the controls will look like. So for instance, we'll take this fan coil unit 7. That wire terminal will be F1, F2, P1, P2. So this will be a 2-wire P1, P2 going to the thermostat on the wall in the room. This F1 and F2 will also be a 2-wire that goes back to the branch selector box terminal. So that will terminate at G. So that's how this branch selector box will communicate with the fan coil unit. The user has this thermostat on the wall, which will tell the fan coil what they would like it to do, and it communicates back to the branch selector box, and then refrigeration piping, um, which is drawn here. Again, this is a pretty congested drawing to get electric, power supply, controls, and refrigeration all on one document. So I kind of have to do what I got to do. So I wasn't able to fully get everything, maybe, but it is pretty thorough. It just, you got to take your time on the drawing, is all. But right here is the refrigeration going to and from fan coil to branch selector box. So in all these, let's see how many heads we got here. Oh, looks like about 14 heads, and by heads I mean fan coils. So that happens. So there will be 7 heads going to branch selector box 1, 7 heads going to branch selector box 2. And they'll all be into the same thing. You'll have a refrigeration line set on that port. Okay, so here's the porting on that branch selector box. So you got A port, B, C, D, E, F through H. H we're not using. That would be the 8th port. So obviously we could support 8 fan coils on that branch box. But based on this application, we will not be using that H. So on this branch box, we would just cap those 2 ports on that branch box. These other 2 will be liquid and gas connections. So although it's one line, that will be 2 refrigeration lines. I think that's down here. Okay. So basically, once we get this all installed, so the power contractor will have a power supply and disconnect to each of these fan coils. Our controls contractor will have run their 2-wire from the fan coil to the thermostat, 2-wire back to the branch boxes, wiring from the branch boxes back up to the condensing unit. And the last piece to that puzzle is this iTouch Manager from Daikin. This will be the graphic that facilities can use. It's just a screen that they'll have. I'm not sure exactly where it's going to be located, but maybe in a mechanical room or something. But basically, this iTouch Manager will show, this is just generic, but these will reference fan coil units like we're shown here. And it'll allow somebody to go there, take a look at this screen, and see what each fan coil is doing as far as set point and if there's any errors or issues like that. So that's a way for maintenance to keep an eye on what's going on. And that also will come with a backnet ability so that the I believe Day Automation is the controls contractor. So they'll be able to see this remotely and be able to control these fan coils as required. So this looking forward to getting this installed. Unfortunately, like I said, we have delays on the project, but I'm just showing. Let me show the. So here's what the submittal comes in looking like. So for me being in the field previously, this is what I would get as to how to install this, and it just doesn't show a whole lot. So, with that said, I like to take some time ahead of time in my position in management and get all the items in place for that install so that we can do checks and balances on this thing, and our team is aware of maybe what loose ends or any communication that's got to take place with the controls installers or power contractors that are on site. So Thanks again for watching. If you have any questions on this, please comment. Appreciate it. Thank you.